exciting video, in my opinion anyway. It is my 1-year update for my makeup inventory. So in October of last year, I kind of went through my makeup and I counted everything up in different categories, and I was blown away with the numbers when I compared them, because I wrote them all down, like what it was then and what I can't even see that, but I have them numbers here. Like looking at these numbers, it's just crazy. Like some of them are still kind of the same, but a lot of them have changed drastically, in my opinion anyway. So I'm going to go through and tell you what my numbers were in October of last year and what they are now. I think I've worked really hard. I can see the changes in the numbers. Excuse me. I still have a ways to go. I'm not at my goals. I haven't really made, I did used to make like specific goals, and those kind of just change a lot. So I'm just kind of going to what I think is right for me, and you know, goals can change. Like I could really love blush right now, and in a year it could just be not about the blush life. So you never know, but I'm going to update you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. I'm going to start with face and then eyes and then lip products, and then I'll go over totals and stuff like that. So in October of last year, I had 12 face primers. So I worked pretty hard this past year to use them up, and I still have some I want to use up, but I right now have 7. So that is a lot better than 12, but I still want that number to go down. Last year I had 6 foundations. Right now I have 4. I wouldn't mind having like 1 more foundation. Foundations are something that I thought I wanted fewer of, but I just kind of thought they all did the same thing for me. But now I'm realizing that I do like different finishes, and I do like different types of, you know, like consistencies of foundation. So I wouldn't mind having 1 extra, like 1 more. But I think as long as it stays under 6, like around 5, I'd be good. For BB creams, in October I had 6, and right now I have 4, so that's good. That number has definitely fluctuated though this past year, because I got a bunch of samples. So like in other points of the year it was higher, but now it's back down to 4, which is good. I think I probably only need like 2 of these, really, maybe 3. But anyway, so for concealer in October I had 7, right now I have 4, and I really love the 4 I have. I don't really see a difference or like a need for me to have more than that. Maybe like 1 extra one in the summer that would, you know, fit my skin tone or my skin color then, but not more than that now. For powders in October I had 8, and right now I have 6. That's pretty good. I like to have a couple of like different types of powder. I like to have my Hourglass Dim Light as my finishing powder. I like to have a matte, like translucent powder, and I like to have a couple of powder foundations. So I like to have a variety there. In bronzer, I had 9 in October, and right now I only have 4, which I really am happy with. And I've kind of figured out what I like in a bronzer and what I don't like in a bronzer. For blushes, in October I had 30, right now I have 27, so that did go down by a couple. In highlighters, in October I had 6, and right now I have 3, and that's something I'm really proud of, because I used to have more highlighters, and I just kind of realized that I only like certain colors of highlighters. Like I don't like a golden highlighter on my skin tone because I'm so fair. It just doesn't look right. I can't really do too peachy either, because it just looks wrong on my skin tone. I mean, it's beautiful, but for me it doesn't work. So I'm just trying to also figure out what works for me, and not try to buy things that, you know, people with darker skin tones look beautiful on them when I know it's not going to work for me. Like there's no point. So I only have 3, and I'm really happy with that number. Face palettes, in October I had 7. I have 8. I am working on using 1 up. I'm doing a Project Pan, or not a Project Pan, Pan That palette on a NARS palette, if you guys aren't aware. I'm also doing Pan That palette with the eyeshadow palette, the Lorac Pro. Anyway, so setting balms, those are the Mally setting balms. I used to be addicted to those. I had 3 in October. That number fluctuated. I have 2 right now, and I really like don't use them that much. But I still use them, but not as much as I used to use them on the daily, and now I just kind of use them here and there. For like sprays, like the Urban Decay All Nighter, any kind of spray or mist. In October I had 12, and right now I have 5, and I still want to get that number down. I think I only really need like 3, maybe. So I think, you know, for face products anyway, I can see a lot of changes. All of them went down except for 1. The face palettes went up, but just by 1. So I think that's pretty good. Moving on to eye products. So for eye primers, in October I had 4, and right now I only have 1. And I think at the most I'd like to just have 1 or 2. Like if I'm at the end of one, then I'll buy another one to have it ready to go. But I don't feel like I need a bunch of them there. I used to have just a bunch of different samples of different brands, and I thought it was like so cool because I had all these different brands, but it was like, what's the difference between them? Oh, there's really not that much difference. So I don't know, this has been like a good learning year for me to realize like some things I don't need to splurge on and some things, you know, are worth the splurge. And I think I'm going to do a video at the end of the year on like things that I think you should save your money for and things I think that you should spend your money more. At least that's how I do it in my collection. You know, everyone's different. But anyway, cream shadows. In October I had 19 and right now I have 6. That's like a huge difference. I do want to get a couple more cream shadows, but I'm noticing I really like the stick form, you know, that like twist up better than like potted eyeshadow creams. Just preference. Eyeshadow singles. In October I had 24. Right now I have 27. I think that's fine. I am like slowly using those ones up too. For small eyeshadow palettes, so that's anything like a duo, trio, quad, and a quint. So up 2 to 5 shadows in one container. In October I had 14. Right now I have 5, and I'm really happy with that. I maybe would want like one more. Like I just want something unique, and I was realizing that all of mine look the same. So for large palettes, this is going to be like the most crazy number you're going to hear. In large palettes, so that's 6 and over, so like naked palettes, any kind of large palette like that. I had in October 38, and right now I have 16, and I'm doing pan that palettes, so I should have one done by the end of the year, which is awesome. So that should go down to 15 here soon. But yeah, I'm looking at this, I'm like, how did I have 38? Like, what was I doing with all those? And even so, I feel like 16 is way more than I could ever like need, but like I've cut it down enough. So anyway, pigments. In October I had 9. I have 8 right now. I like don't use pigments that much, so I don't want that number to go over 10, but I think 8 is pretty good. Eyeliners. In October I had 23. Right now I have 10. I have been working really hard to use them up. I just pick one, use it until it's done, and then I go on to the next kind of a thing. Those have been in quite a few project pans. Mascaras. In October I had 21, and right now I have 8, and I'm happy with that. I still want that to go down. I do like to have a couple extras like in my collection ready to go. But I have over the year found ones that I think are like holy grail to me, so that's pretty nice to know, like ones that I absolutely love and ones that I can pass on. Brows. I in October had 6 brow products. I still have 6 brow products. They have changed, but 6 is a good number for me. Lip balms. In October I had 7. Right now I have 7. That's like regular clear lip balms and tinted lip balms. But yeah, I think that's all right. I definitely want to get that number down for like tinted. I don't feel like I need that many, but that's all right. For lip liners, I had 6 in October, and I still have 6. I am working. I think I have a nice variety. I wouldn't mind, because right now I have like 2 clear like anti-feathering lip balm or lip liners, and I wouldn't mind just having one of those and maybe one extra colored one or something like that. I think 5 or 6 is a good number for me. Lip crayons. In October I had 7, and now I have 12. I did buy a little set over the holidays last winter, and I also got a couple here and there. I really like lip crayons a lot, so I don't mind that that number went up. But my lipsticks, I had 48 in October, and right now I have 16. So that drastically changed as well. I do want to get that number up. I did recently post a lipstick video on my current collection. So I will, if I remember, I'll try to link everything down below for you guys so you can go check out the other things. Otherwise, you can just go to my channel and, you know, find it. Lip gloss. In October, I had 31, and right now I have 19. That's awesome. I've been trying to use lip glosses too. I stick one in my car, and then anytime I'm in the car, I just put it on. I like literally get in my car, turn the car on, put my seatbelt in, plug my phone into the charger. That's just what I always do. And then I put lip gloss on, and then I go. Like, it's just a habit now, and it's made me go through a lot of lip glosses, which is nice. So yeah, that's all the categories I have. And so for totals, in October, I had 363 products total. Right now, I have 231. So that's a huge difference. Cruelty-free numbers, I did write these down. So in October, I had 302 cruelty-free products, and that was 83.2% of my total collection. So I had 61 non-cruelty-free products in October, and that was 16.8% of my collection. So my goal was to make it to 90% cruelty-free or better. I definitely have done that. So right now I have 231 products. Of those 231, 224 are cruelty-free, which is 97%, and only 7 products in my entire collection are not cruelty-free, and that's 3%. So I think that's pretty good. I would like to maintain around 95%. I don't mind having a couple things in my collection that aren't cruelty-free. I get, you know, gifted some things, and people aren't aware that I'm cruelty free, or they don't, you know, want to spend the time to like figure it out, which is fine. I'm not going to be picky. Like, they bought it for me, I will use that product, you know, whatever. And I've gotten some like lip balms and stuff that aren't cruelty free, but that's not a big deal to me. So yeah, as long as I maintain about 95-ish% in my actual like product number, I think I'll be really happy. And so as far as brands, in October I had 52 different brands. Right now I only have 45 different brands, and I still think that's a lot of different brands, but whatever. 15 of them in October were not cruelty free. Right now only 7 brands, so I basically have like 1 product from each brand that's not cruelty free in my collection. So that's kind of exciting. And in October 37 brands were cruelty-free, and right now 38 of my brands are cruelty-free. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Those percentages, in case you're curious, in October, the 15 that were not cruelty-free, that's 28.8%, and the 37 that were cruelty-free was 71.2%. And currently, the 7 that are not cruelty-free is 15.6%, so that's drastically down. And 84.4% of the brands currently in my collection are cruelty-free. So for me, by the way, in case if you weren't aware, my definition of cruelty-free, if a brand is cruelty-free but owned by a parent company that is not, I will still consider it cruelty-free, and I will still support the brand. And in case if you're wondering, the main like list that I use is from My Beauty Bunny. So just throwing that out there. I know everyone has a different definition, so I just thought I'd throw mine out. I've thought long and hard about it. That's just how I want to go about it. If you're different, that's cool. But yeah, I really have enjoyed keeping track of my numbers for the past year. I think it's helped me a lot, and just like, it's crazy to think that last year around this time, like, I had 38 eyeshadow palettes, and that was after decluttering. Like, and now I'm thinking, like, how, like, I got rid of so many, and even now, like, I'm still like, oh, I could probably get rid of that one, but I'm not going to, because I can also probably use it up. So I'm just really happy with where I'm at, and I've really, like, enjoyed this year-long kind of, like, growth of figuring out what I like, what I don't like, what I think I need, what I don't need. I've also just, like, saved so much money not spending makeup, or not spending it on makeup. I've been able to spend it on other things, which is nice. And I don't know, I just think it's really interesting to see how I've changed throughout the year, which is, you know, always fun to see. So I think in the future what I'm going to do is probably just do like every 6 months an update, and let me know what you would like to see for the upcoming year about makeup inventory. I really enjoy watching these videos and seeing numbers change and everything like that. And I still have, you know, categories that I want to decrease. Some, like lipsticks, I do want to kind of increase a little bit, but like I still have progress and like work to do. So I don't know how often you'd like to see that. I was kind of thinking every 6 months-ish. But yeah, let me know what you think, and if you even want to see these updates, maybe you only want to see it once a year, that's fine too, just let me know. But yeah, that's everything I have for you today, so let me know if you've done a makeup inventory. If you haven't, I really, really recommend it. I think that, like, just seeing how different I was thinking is crazy, and I just think it's an overall great thing to do, to, one, have a number. Like, that's the main thing. Like, when I go into Sephora, I go look at blushes, and I'm like, okay, Maggie, like, you have 27 blushes. How different is this one that you really want? Like, is that one even that different from the 27 you already have? Because it's probably not. You go for the same kind of colors, probably not that different. So I don't know. Anyway, so that's all I really have. I'm kind of starting to ramble now, so I will cut it off there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry there wasn't a video yesterday. I have been studying for exams. By the way, I got an A, yay. But I have like 4 exams this coming week, so I'm going to film this weekend for my study breaks, and everything should be on schedule for next week. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video.